This is Sarah Satch, and this video is part 2 of our bucket hat and matching flower that we're working on. Here's the demo, and we're going to be doing the brim portion and the flower in part 2. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my screen down, and I will again put the link for the free crochet pattern in the comments so you'll have that. So this is where we ended in part 1, and this is the top of the bucket hat. We did the top portion, and we did the ridge part, and then the body, and we're working on the hat band portion in a solid color. We're going to finish this up going around. This was row 7 where we're adding, actually this is now row 8 because we're adding 2 rows of half double crochet to the hat to give it somewhat of a hat band. Okay, we're putting 1 half double crochet in each half double crochet. If you want to see the beginning portion, please check my videos and look for part 1 summer bucket hat. And this is part 2, finishing up the summer bucket hat and flower. I don't like for my videos to be real long, so I try to keep them short. But if I have something that's going to take a little longer, I'll just make a part 1 and a part 2 for you. Then you can watch part 1 until you're finished, and then when you're done with that one, just watch part 2. Alrighty, we finished up, or we're finishing up our hat band portion of our hat. We're going to join, and we're going to go ahead and cut off our solid color, which we're using purple, and set that aside. And if you remember, we left our variegated yarn attached, and we're going to go ahead and hook that back in. And I like to leave it attached when I'm doing stripes if possible, because then I have less pieces of yarn to weave in. Okay, so we're going to chain 3, 2, 3. I don't know why I said 4. Okay, then we're going to put 1 double crochet in the next double crochet. I skipped a stitch. Oh, there we go. All right, so we put 1 double crochet in the next double crochet, and then we're going to put 2 double crochets in the next. So we've got 1, 2, and then we'll put 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. 1, 2, 1, and then 2. And what this is going to do is this is going to flare out our brim around our hat, give us a sun visor basically, to keep the sun out of our eyes. You know, it's very important these days to wear your sunscreen and to keep the sun out of your eyes. When we were growing up, we didn't know about skin cancer and malignant melanoma and things like that. Nowadays we do, and it's so important to help our children not to get sunburned and for us not to get sunburned. You can see how we're increasing. And we'll continue to do this all the way around the hat. And I'm going to set this one aside, and I'm going to talk about this one I've already got ready. And this is the red, white, and blue one. And you can see we continued to do 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and it caused the hat to flare out. Let me hold it back so you can see. And after this row, after we finish this increased row, we put 1 double crochet in each double crochet for 2 more rows. And then we finish off the hat by again or not again, by again switching back to our purple yarn or our solid, like this one is solid red, and we put a row of single crochets and then another row of single crochets. And that's how the bucket hat works. Now we're going to talk about how to make this pretty little flower. And what you're going to do, and I'm going to use my solid, and again with your eye hook, we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to put 12 double crochets in that chain 2. 1, 2, 3, let me roll that out. 4, oops, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Now we have 12 double crochets. And we're going to join to that first double crochet with a slip stitch and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to start, let me pull that out. Now we're going to start our petal portion. And don't worry about this hole in the middle. We'll come back to that. Okay? With the petal portion, you're going to do, let's see, is it 2 or 3 triple crochets? 3 triple crochets. Now, you do a triple crochet by winding your yarn 2 times, 2 yarn overs, and you go in the next double crochet and stitch 1, 2, 3. That's a triple crochet. Show you again. Go in, pull a yarn through, yarn over, and you go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the next 2, yarn over, and go through the last 2. And then we'll do another one. 1, 2, 3. Then you'll chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've got chain 3, 3 triples, and a chain 3. And you'll go back in that same double crochet you're working in and slip stitch. Then you'll slip stitch in the next double crochet. Then you'll go to the next double crochet and slip stitch and chain 3, 2, 3, and then you'll repeat this for 6 petals. Let's do another one. 2 wraps, 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice, go in the hole of that double crochet, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, go through the last 2. And we're doing, my ball yarn wants to roll off on me. We're doing 3 triple crochets, so yarn over through the first 2, through the second 2, the third 2, 3 chains, slip stitch in that same double crochet, slip stitch in the next double crochet, and then slip stitch in the next double crochet, and that's where your next petal will be. 1, 2, 3. And there's 2 petals. And let me grab this one over here that I made. It's got 6 petals, exactly like I made that one. And what you're going to do, if you have a hole, you're going to thread that string, and then you'll just go around through these under here with your yarn and pull. You'll stitch all the way around and pull it closed. Make sure you leave a good amount of yarn, you know, about 18 to 20 inches for sewing your flower on your hat. And then you'll pick a button of some kind. Make sure you've got one. If you want, you don't have to have it. And what I do is I go ahead, push my needle through just like that. And then I'll loop it in the back. And then with this string, I'll go ahead and attach it to my hat, just like I did this one. I chose a big white button, and then I used that string to attach it to the back of the hat. And of course, lastly, you need to weave in all your ends. I'm going to pick the screen back up. Just a little reminder that we did this bucket hat in two patterns. I'm sorry, in two videos. And this is a basic hat pattern. It's not in any other sizes, just the one, because it's very versatile. It works for men and women. And once you stitch it, you'll find it is pretty stretchy, even though cotton is not stretchy. And I hope that you'll make a couple. They're fun to make and really, really easy. So, this is video part 2 of how to make the bucket hat and flower. And if you see this video and you want to know how to begin, look for part 1 of the summer bucket hat. Thanks for watching our video, and be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel.